Hello students, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we are going to study about pituitary gland. Okay, now pituitary gland is ectodermal in origin. If you see this gland, we say it is located in the bony cavity, that is sella turcica. And this is a bony cavity of which bone? It is a sphenoid bone. So I'm just writing it here. So bone is sphenoid bone. And the cavity which is in which they are present, pituitary gland is present, that cavity is known as sella turcica. Clear? And it is attached to hypothalamus by a stalk. That stalk is known as infundibulum. So just imaginary, try to understand. This is, let us assume this is hypothalamus and this is the stalk, okay? So this is hypothalamus, I'm drawing it. Clear, beta? And through stalk, it is connected to the pituitary. So this is the pituitary gland, which is anatomically divided into two lobes. Okay, so this is stalk. I'm just highlighting with the green color. Please try to focus and understand. So this stalk is known as infundibulum. So it is connected to the pituitary by a stalk known as infundibulum. Now, if you see, pituitary gland is anatomically divided into two, adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. So this we are considering as neurohypophysis in the diagram according to NCERT, neurohypophysis, and this is your adenohypophysis. Clear, beta? Now, I'm just writing it here for your notes, try to understand. Adenohypophysis is again consisting of two portions. Which two portions? One is the pars distalis, and next is your pars intermedia. Second is pars intermedia. Pars distalis is known as anterior pituitary. The pars distalis is known as anterior pituitary. Clear, beta? So see, beta, I'm highlighting it. Adenohypophysis consists of two portions, pars distalis and pars intermedia. So these two portions are present of the adenohypophysis. Clear? Pars distalis region of pituitary is commonly called as anterior pituitary. And pars intermedia is your middle lobe, we call it as middle lobe, which will secrete only one type of hormone. But in human, please remember, focus better, in human, pars intermedia is almost merged with the pars distalis. So in human, pars intermedia is almost merged with the pars distalis. Clear? Next, second is neurohypophysis. Neurohypophysis. Neurohypophysis is known as pars nervosa. Pars nervosa, and it is also known as posterior pituitary. So first of all, we are focusing right now the two regions of pituitary. So see here, this is your neurohypophysis, also known as pars nervosa, which is also known as posterior pituitary. So till now, I tried to explain you two portions of pituitary gland. One is adenohypophysis, one is your neurohypophysis. In adenohypophysis, two parts are there. One is pars distalis and one is pars intermedia, which is slowly intermedia is merging with the pars distalis, which is known as anterior pituitary. And neurohypophysis is having pars nervosa, which is known as posterior pituitary. I think so anatomically structure this much is clear to you. Now let me explain you the hormones which is produced by anterior pituitary as well as posterior pituitary. Now see, before we go in detail, first try to understand that hypothalamus, which is releasing two major type of hormone, that is releasing hormone and inhibiting hormone, because of which the anterior pituitary will release hormones. So before we understand that concept, try to understand anterior pituitary is having 5 types of cells. Okay, this is somatotroph cell, which is going to produce growth hormone. This is gonadotroph cell, which is going to produce 2 types of gonadotropin, that is FSH and LH. Thyrotroph is the one which is producing thyroid stimulating hormone. Lactotroph is the one which is going to produce prolactin. Okay, prolactin. And corticotroph is the cells which is going to produce adrenocorticotropic hormone. Please try to understand these are the different types of hormones which are produced by the anterior lobe of pituitary under the stimulus of the release hormone or inhibiting hormone. Is it clear? Now let me show you the NCERT line. Now see beta, we studied this only. If you remember, we studied the anterior pituitary will produce growth hormone, okay, prolactin hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, luteinizing hormone, and follicle stimulating hormone. So these are the hormones which are produced only by 5 types of cells of anterior lobe of pituitary. Is it clear? Now let me try to explain you the under the stimulus of which releasing hormone, which hormone is coming. Now see beta, hypothalamus is releasing growth hormone, releasing hormone, which is stimulating the anterior pituitary to release growth hormone. Then anterior pituitary will release growth hormone. Okay. When the hypothalamus is releasing thyrotropin releasing hormone, then anterior pituitary in the response of this is releasing thyroid stimulating hormone. Under the influence of corticotropic releasing hormone, anterior pituitary is releasing adrenocorticotropic hormone. Under the influence of prolactin releasing hormone, anterior pituitary is releasing prolactin hormone. And under the influence of gonadotropin releasing hormone, anterior pituitary is releasing follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. This list was given in our NCERT. Now, this we have already studied in the hypothalamus part, okay, in the previous video. The growth hormone inhibiting hormone is actually somatostatin. Somatostatin. Its work is to inhibit the secretion of the growth hormone from anterior pituitary. And prolactin inhibiting hormone, its work is to inhibit the secretion of the prolactin. So these two are the one which will inhibit the secretions from the anterior pituitary. Is it clear? So these two are inhibiting hormones released from hypothalamus, and these 5 are releasing hormone which are stimulating anterior pituitary to release the hormone from 5 different cells. Is it clear, beta? I think so. Now with this clear diagram, you are able to understand which cell is releasing which hormone. Is it clear, beta? This picture I am just trying to show you so that you can correlate the topic very carefully. Anterior pituitary is releasing these hormones, and these hormones coming from anterior pituitary are only made by 5 types of cells. And total hormones, if you check beta carefully, you will find the hormones are 6 hormones are there. NCERT has also told 6 hormones from anterior pituitary. And now posterior pituitary will not synthesize the hormone. Please focus. Posterior pituitary is not synthesizing the hormone. It will only release the hormone which is synthesized by the hypothalamus. Let me explain you that concept. So see beta, the posterior pituitary neurohypophysis pars nervosa, posterior pituitary will store and release 2 hormones known as oxytocin and vasopressin, which are actually synthesized by hypothalamus, and they are transported by the axon to the neurohypophysis. You can see the diagram. Please try to focus. This is neuron, okay, cell body. And this neuron through axon, it is directly coming to the posterior lobe of pituitary. And here the neurohormones are released. This neurohormone, which two neurohormone? Oxytocin and vasopressin. Is it clear? So I think so anterior and posterior pituitary is clear. Now one middle part, that is pars intermedia, which I tried to explain you earlier. Let me highlight once again. It will produce only one type of hormone, that is MSH. And in human, this intermedia is almost merged with pars distalis. So I think so today video, pituitary gland, the hormones which is released from the anterior and posterior, I think so all the topic is clear to you, Vita. Thanks for watching.